Ayesha Kajee joins me now from Johannesburg in South Africa. Hi, Ayesha. Thanks so much for joining us. Hello. It almost seems at this point that calls for Zuma to resign are actually backfiring on the opposition and strengthening his loyalists in the ANC. Is that what's happening?
Well, certainly the National Working Committee of the ANC, which met yesterday, and the leaked minutes of that seems to indicate that Mr. Zuma still has a groundswell of support within his own party, and even members who criticized his cabinet reshuffle last week, including the Secretary General, the Treasurer General, and the party's and country's Deputy President, all seem to have fallen back into line behind Mr. Zuma, even though they all three said last week that there was no consultation on the reshuffle of cabinet, and appeared to imply that the reshuffle was actually done in conjunction with the Gupta family, who have been accused of state capture in the past.
Ayesha, though, his entrenched support, not just among his own party members, but as among a huge swathe of the public as well, actually seems to be further dividing South African society.
Well, it is dividing South African society very, very deeply indeed. There are many people from the working class, among black South Africans, amongst the poor, who really hate what Mr. Zuma is doing, but on the other hand do not want to join hands with what they see as white neoliberal capital interests in removing him, particularly if the consequences of that removal will have no direct implications on their day-to-day lived realities, which are difficult enough as it is.
Now, however, when the economy suffers and the rand devalues again, everyone pays the price collectively. So it is lose-lose.
Absolutely. Everyone does pay the price, and perhaps the poorest of the poor most of all. However, having said that, as I said earlier, if there is no clear consensus on a way forward if and when Mr. Zuma leaves, if there appears to be so much division within his own party that there is no clear line of succession, if the people who might be directly in line to that succession, all of them appear to be tainted in one way or another, then it's very, very difficult for people to come together and decide, yes, we want to remove him, because the aftermath of that removal is not clear. So while there are massive civil society protests planned for Friday, particularly in Pretoria, Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town, at the same time, there are many who are saying they won't join hands with those who appear to espouse narrow political party interests or appear to be espousing what they see as a neoliberal agenda.
Okay, Ayesha Kajee, thank you so much for joining us from Johannesburg and sharing your insight there. Very valuable.